Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Super Tuesday BDM webinar. Tonight, we're going to explore what could very well be the most lucrative opportunity you've ever seen. But before we do that, before we dive in, let's take a moment for introductions. Uh, Welcome to someone calling in from 407, Christina Collins, Christopher Tanner, David Richards, David Hinckley, Don Chadwick, Ivan, James Jagosh, Jim, Joy Worth, Leon, Michael Johnson, Rod Tucker, Roosevelt Barnes, Sally Puckett, Shirley York, William Stevens. Welcome, welcome. You know, it takes a week or two for people to become acclimated to the time change. Living on the other side of the world, I'm always confused when the time changes. A couple of us were here an hour early. But the opportunity we're talking about tonight is called the BDM Flare Multiplier, and it's tied to a breakthrough that could reshape the future of blockchain and global finance. Let's start with a simple illustration. Imagine a world where there's no translation between languages. How hard would it be for nations to trade, negotiate, or even understand each other? That's the same problem we face in the blockchain world right now. Each blockchain, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and hundreds more, has its own language. Each is powerful in its own right, but they can't easily communicate with one another. That makes the entire system fragmented, inefficient, and limited. Now, imagine a universal translator, a system that allows all blockchains to speak to each other, to transfer value and data freely across networks. Just like how the internet connected the world's computers, that's exactly what Flare does. Now, imagine owning the only token that makes that possible. Some experts are calling it a next Bitcoin level opportunity. You can buy it today for pennies, store it safely in your cold wallet, and simply let time do its work, watching it grow in value while you sleep. Or you can go one step further and join our Flare Multiplier, where you not only benefit personally, but also introduce your friends and loved ones to a life-changing opportunity. Let me give you a personal example. Years ago, a friend told me to buy Bitcoin when it was just a nickel. If I had invested $100 back then, it would be worth over $200 million today. Think about that for a second. What would you do with $200 million? How many lives could you impact, including your own? With the BDM Flare Multiplier, you're not just investing, you're planting a seed that can grow into generational wealth. You're creating an inheritance that could alter the destiny of your family forever. This is a low-cost entry with potential returns in the millions, even billions, and it doesn't stop there. You can earn a fortune today, convert profits into dollars for immediate needs, and at the same time, build a lasting legacy for tomorrow. So the numbers matter. Where is Flare right now? Well, it's between 1 and 3 cents. It's dirt cheap. Market cap is still relatively small in the crypto world, which is a good thing for long-term investors. Translation, you're getting in early before the masses catch on. So why does early matter? Well, remember in Bitcoin in 2010, it was pennies. People who bought $100 worth became millionaires. Flare is in that same pennies phase right now. So there are 5 reasons, probably more, that Flare could cause Flare to explode. One is solving a massive problem. Flare isn't just another Me Too cryptocurrency. It's designed to connect all of the blockchains, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Dogecoin, without bridges. Now think of it as the universal translator of crypto. When the world realizes this, that the crypto world is really dependent upon this feature, this function, what do you think is going to happen? two, it's a real world use case. So Bitcoin was revolutionary, but it's slow, it's expensive for everyday use. But Flare, it's built for transactions. Right now, it's under, I'm just close to 2 cents, and it's less than a penny per transaction. So imagine if you were sending $1 million from one side of the world to the other. How much is that going to cost you? Quite a bit of money. And even with Bitcoin, it's very, very expensive. But Flare, under a penny per transaction, lightning fast speed, perfect for business, payments, and real commerce. So people aren't just going to hold it. They're actually going to use it. Number three is first mover advantage. Flare is pioneering data blockchain technology. So they're not competing. They're creating a new category. So what's happened to many category creators we've seen? What happened to Uber and to, you got Amazon. You have so many different category creators that have literally dominated different industries almost overnight. They're not competing. They're creating a new category. Just like Bitcoin created digital gold, Flare is creating the infrastructure for the next generation of finance. Four, it has institutional backing and partnerships. Now, Flare has partnerships with major players and continues building relationships with financial institutions. When big money comes in, prices don't just rise, they explode. I just watched a video that explains how the Zaman wallet is aligning with the Flare network and will bring billions of XRP to the Flare network. This is proof positive of the direction of Flare and how it's bridging blockchains together, making it a key part of the future of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. Five, supply and demand dynamics. So you have a limited supply like Bitcoin. When you have growing adoption, more businesses integrating it, that's going to drive the price up, increases demand. Utility rewards. You can have staking opportunities with Flare, so you don't have to just let it sit there in your wallet. You can actually be putting it out there and receiving rewards, kind of like interest. Now, Economics 101 says when demand increases and supply is limited, price goes up. So what do the numbers say? If you were to invest $1,000 today at 2 cents per Flare token, you get 50,000 Flare tokens. If Flare reaches just $1, your $1,000 becomes $50,000. If Flare goes to $5, your $1,000 becomes $250,000. If Flare reaches $10, your $1,000 equals $500,000. Now, there have been predictions made that Flare could go as much as $40,000. We're not talking tens of thousands of dollars here, folks. We're talking $1, $5, $10. So is $10 realistic? Bitcoin went from pennies to over $110,000. Ethereum went from $1 to $4,000. The crypto market has proven that world-changing technology creates world-changing wealth. So how does our Flare multiplier play into this? I know people who got involved with the Bitcoin multiplier years ago, became millionaires because they told their friends joined, bought Bitcoin, they earned a percentage, they became very, very wealthy. I have a close friend who got into an Ethereum multiplier years ago. He was able to convert a lot of Ethereum to money that he needed, pay bills, whatever, enjoy life. And at the same time, he saved 3,000 Ethereum coins. Well, what is 3,000 times 4,000? $12 million. What would $12 million, do for you right now? So the timing is perfect. It's still the early adoption phase. Most people haven't even heard of Flare. There's only 4% of the world population that owns cryptocurrency right now. They're predicting that in the next couple of years, that'll probably go to 10%. We're building real technology. So we're not competing. We're actually bringing new technology, a new category creator. Flare has already survived market crashes. It's positioned for the next bull run when crypto explodes again, and it will. Uh, all markets go up and down. All markets. That's just the way of life. And so if you've studied the markets, you'll see the different charts where prices are going up and they go down, they go up, they go down, and they run in cycles. So crypto has been gradually going down. I think we're getting close to the end of the bear market, and it's going to go up again. There's going to be another bull run, but crypto is going to continue to increase. So if you think of all the millionaires and billionaires that have been created from just 4% of the world population owning crypto, what's going to happen when 10% owns crypto? Well, two things are going to happen. Many, many more millionaires and billionaires are going to be created. And you're sitting in front of that wave right now. You have the opportunity to be one of those persons. The other thing that's going to happen when 10% of the world owns cryptocurrency, the other people are going to start looking around and say, I'm being left behind. I've got to jump on this. So we're going to see it go from 10% to 50% in record time, which means more and more millionaires and billionaires are going to be created. And those who get in early are obviously the ones who are rewarded the most. So, I encourage you to be part of this. Not only be part of this, but go out and actively share it with your friends. I mean, when my friend encouraged me to buy Bitcoin, and he was pretty adamant about it, John, you got to buy Bitcoin. And I didn't. I couldn't see the future of it. There was no track record. But we have a track record. Excuse me. We have a track record with Bitcoin and with other cryptocurrencies now. And it's just going to become greater and greater as time goes on. Now, yes, there are many cryptocurrencies out there, but there's only a few that are really going to survive, and become the dominant coins of the future. And Flare is one of those. There's a certification called ISO 20, I think it's 2002, 20. And these are the coins that are basically slated to go into the future. The coins that don't receive this ISO certification are probably just going to go away. They're short-lived. They're not going to last forever. But Flare is one of those coins that's already in that category, already certified in that category, and it's going to be here for the long term. So the question is, I mean, I'm not saying Flare is the only opportunity. I'm just saying to me, it's got to be one of the best opportunities out there, if not the best, because of the current price right now, because of the infrastructure they're building, where it's going, the position that it provides for all of the different blockchains to communicate together. And not only that, it brings other things to the table. For example, smart contracts. See, Bitcoin doesn't have smart contracts, Ethereum, XRP, and they can't go back and add these things to their blockchain. Once the blockchain is created, it's done. Nothing can be added, nothing can be taken away. It's there. But now these different blockchains that don't have smart contracts, they can build smart contracts on the Flare network, and they're doing it. So Flare is going to be a major key player in the future of cryptocurrencies. And guess what? Not only do we have the ability to get in early, but we have the power collectively to go out and share this with the world and get more and more people buying Flare, which increases demand and automatically increases the price. So we don't have to be static. We don't have to sit here and, just wait for, everything to develop and gradually grow. Now, it's not going to take the 15 years that it took from Bitcoin to go to from a nickel to 110,000. That's, those days are gone. Cryptocurrency is on the move and it's moving very, very rapidly. So we're going to see, I think, in the next couple of years, we're going to see Flare start to go through the roof. And like I said, even if it only went to $1, $5, $10, look what you could do by getting in early, sharing this with your friends, using the Flare multiplier to collect thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of Flare coins. What could you do with that could literally change the world? So Flare gives us a disruptive edge. Bitcoin disrupted money. Ethereum disrupted contracts. Flare is disrupting data and interoperability. So in a world where every blockchain needs to talk to each other, Flare is the blockchain that makes that possible, making Flare an essential infrastructure in the crypto world. So what does infrastructure do? That's what determines a long-term play. There are thousands of junk coins and meme coins that have no purpose other than to make the founders rich at the expense of the masses. And they're doing that. They come and go, but a cryptocurrency with infrastructure and a real world need creates generational wealth. Bottom line, you're getting in at pennies. Bitcoin early bird phase. Flare solves a real problem, not just speculation. The supply is limited, demand is growing, and the technology is game changing. Again, this is a disruptor coin. It has actual use, and businesses not only will adopt it, but are adopting it right now. So the window's closing. It's not always going to be at this price. Every day, Flare gets more adoption. The price creeps higher. The people who make life-changing money, they buy it when it's cheap. We can say, those people that got in Bitcoin early, they were lucky. No. Well, I guess luck might have had something to do with it. They heard about the opportunity, but that wasn't what made the difference. See, I heard about the opportunity. I didn't take advantage. They heard about it. They took advantage. Okay, so you're hearing about it. The question is, will you take advantage? Will you be positioned when it does? So let's look at how, let's see, how you can get started. Somebody's probably going to send you a landing page. Could be this one. We have not only do we have the Flare multiplier, but we have our dual stream clubs starting at $10. I'm not going to really get into that today, but you do have the videos. I'll show you where you can have access to those. But what you would do is you would click register. This is just a demo account, so I will show you how this all works. Looks like my internet's a little bit slow. Anyway, this will come up with a registration page. You would you show your sponsor, you fill in the information, join, and be sure to check your email after you join. You'll need to register your email. There'll be a link inside the email, so click that. I'm going to go ahead and skip that. I'm going to log in here. Maybe. Okay, I'm not sure if this is my site or not. We may have to skip that phase. Anyway, when you log in, you're going to have on the left-hand side, make a purchase. You'll have the Flare multiplier. You have the dual stream plans, and you'll also have an income calculator. Here we go. When we go down to my websites, here's your landing pages. You can share these links with other people to invite them. This would be an invitation to the Flare multiplier. This would be an invitation uh, to the dual stream. Encourage you to just go through your back office, look at everything here, make a purchase. Again, here's your Flare multiplier, your dual stream. And the purpose of this is twofold. Gives people an opportunity to start for as little as $10. And this really works well for a lot of people in third world countries or anywhere. You know, just $10 is really nothing to most people. It is here in the Philippines and some third world countries. $10 is a lot of money, but this gives pretty much anybody a chance to get started and leverage their way up. The excuse me one second. I get a drink of water. Um, so let me just show you how you can get started. So we have the Flare multiplier with 2,000 Flare. That's less than $50. 4,000 Flare, less than $100. You have three choices. You can join with a credit card, e-wallet, which would be your current balance, typically from commissions, Flare tokens. You can deposit Flare and and join or upgrade with Flare as you earn Flare through the multiplier. That would allow you to use Flare coins here, upgrade to a higher level. Let's look at the credit card. So what we're giving you here is we're giving you, in this case, a Dubai vacation for 5 days, 4 nights. You can use it or not. When you start earning money, might be fun to go to Dubai or some other place. So here we're looking at, actually it's only $61.67, and you're getting a vacation and your 4,000 Flare multiplier for that price right there. Fill out your credit card information and pay, and then you would come back to make a purchase, and you would see that that's already been taken. All right, once you start referring people, you have your genealogy, all of that, income calculators. Just to give you an idea how I'm going to show you for example, the $10 multiplier. And this will basically work the same for the Flare, except it's denominated in Flare instead of dollars. So if you were to join the dual stream, let's go ahead and make this realistic. So we're looking at you referring 4 people and a team average of 4. That would give you a total, I think, of 162, 64 people. No. It's only 64 people. And that would give you $496 a month. So this is a monthly membership on these dual stream. And so that would be a $10 commitment, $496 monthly income. But look how quickly this can leverage up as you start referring more people. Now, why couldn't you find 10 people that would refer or that would join at $10? That would put you with a team average of 4 through 5 levels, $1,240 a month. And of course, as your team average increases, those numbers start getting a little bit wild, and this will pay through infinite levels deep. So we're not going to go to 100 levels, but you can imagine what the potential here is with only $10. Naturally, you can take from your profits, you can leverage up into these other plans. You're looking at 3.9 million a month. And those, I mean, those are crazy numbers, but it is real math. But the purpose of the calculator basically is to help you set your goals, to, decide what you need to do, what you're willing to do to, earn the kind of money that would make a difference for you. If we look at the flare multiplier, same thing, works the same way, only it's denominated in flare. Now, the beauty of the flare multiplier, and like I said, I know people that were in, Bitcoin multipliers, Ethereum multipliers, and others as well. I've seen others as well, but those are the two that really come to mind because, people made a lot of money there. They were very significant uh, incomes that were created in those. And the same thing's going to happen in Flare. I can I can assure you that people that get in here, um, so we're talking, very little money. What 30 half of 30? We're talking less than $20 here. I think 20, 25, less than $25 for 2,000 Flare. And let's just see how this could multiply with only 5 levels. Four who get 4 through 5 levels, we're talking 99,200 Flare. So if you had 100,000 Flare that went to $1 and it cost you what, $25 to get started? Now you're talking $100,000 turning $25 into 100,000. What if it went to $5 to $10? Um, yeah, now we're talking a lot of money. And again, you're probably going to take from your profits. You're going to upgrade. Now we're talking 1.7 million Flare with only 64 people in your group, 64 people that have followed you into your group. Folks, this is so very, very doable, especially when you've got something of such extreme value in my mind, something that is pretty well slated, almost guaranteed to move forward in the fashion that we're talking about because of the infrastructure that's behind it. Why wouldn't you want to share this with every living soul that you come into contact with? I just can't imagine why you wouldn't want to. And not only are you blessing them, but what happens when you have 1.7 million Flare that go to $100 to $1,000? And again, you don't have to stop there. Now we're talking 10 million Flare, and we haven't even talked about going 100 levels deep. Folks, this is crazy. What you have in front of you, what you have your hands on. I hope that it really makes sense to you. Let's go ahead and take some questions. Feel free to unmute yourself or raise your hand. Let's see if we have some questions we can answer before we close. So without any input, we assume that, there we go, Jim. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. When I made my purchase, I did not get the vacation package that it said. I never received anything on that.
Yeah. Okay. On the vacation packages, Jim, those have a time limit on them. And so all you have to do is just send an email into support when you're ready to use that. In other words, you don't request it until you're, within a certain period of time that you want to go ahead and use that. And that way it basically becomes unlimited. Uh,
Okay, thank you.
yeah. So that's we're doing it that way rather than just sending it out and letting it expire. We're giving you the opportunity to basically use that at your convenience.
Very good, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? All right. Well, let's go ahead and close out then. Um,
Um,
did you have another question, Jim?
right, I did. My mind just went blank. Hitting the wrong button here. Uh, it'll come back later. Sorry.
Okay, so folks, it's so simple. It's easy to get started, and it should be extremely easy to share. Um, there's so many ways you can start a conversation. Did you, you know, have you ever bought any cryptocurrency? And then you can, however you build the story. I just found out if I had invested $100 in Bitcoin back when it's a nickel, I'd be worth over 200 million today. If I had held on to it till today, you know, is that something that, there is another Bitcoin level opportunity we believe happening right now. Is that something you'd want to learn about? Where you could invest a very small amount of money, share it with other people, and literally, if this pans out the way we believe it's going to, you could set yourself up with legacy income. This could literally change the future of your family forever. That's what we're talking about, folks. We're talking about creating, a family legacy that won't ever go away. All right. So why now is the time? So let's bring this full circle. We're standing at a moment in history that only comes around once or twice in a lifetime. Bitcoin had its moment. Ethereum had its moment. Not that they've gone away. They will continue to increase in value. But now Flare is having its moment. Perry Keller, do you want to ask a question?
Yeah, how you doing, John?
Good. How are you,
Uh,
Perry?
I'm good. I was wondering, were you going to bring back those videos that we had talked about in that one meeting?
I thought we had, but tell you what, I'm going to make a note of that and
Uh-huh.
I'll follow up on it. I apologize if that hasn't gotten done.
Oh, no
Uh,
problem. I know you're
uh,
a busy man.
yeah, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
All
Plus, I
right.
just got out the hospital yesterday,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I was just wondering, so I can. But yeah, that flare is pretty good. You know, I've been posting ads everywhere on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
For people to get into that. You know, especially if they missed the Bitcoin era. This is a good way to make yourself a millionaire.
Absolutely. And
Yep.
it's gonna be much faster than our predecessors, people that went before us. This is going to happen literally in record time. It's not going to happen overnight, but
Yeah. Well,
it's going to
you know
happen.
50 50 Cent. You know who he is, the little rapper. I
Yeah.
remember back in the day, he bought Bitcoin for really cheap. His friend was telling him, get Bitcoin, and he did. And
Mm-hmm.
now he's a millionaire just off of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're out there and you're hearing this, go buy some Flare today, right now. Get in while it's
Absolutely.
cheap. Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're going to drive the price up. Uh, just, because we can bring in thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, even millions of people here. And, everybody's buying Flare. It's going to drive the
Yep.
price up. And again, those that those that get in now see the big picture and work with it. They're the ones that are really going to, do the best.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Francis
All right.
Crary.
Hi,
Uh,
Yep.
John. How are you this evening?
good. How are you?
Fine. I
We haven't
saw,
we haven't
yeah,
talked for a while.
I know. I'm trying to understand everything. I have someone else listening. And I was curious about the 2000 flare. How much would a person have to invest to get? I'm not sure I understand that.
Okay, to join the Flare Multiplier, it's going to be right in the neighborhood of $25 or somewhere right around there. And
Okay.
and when you go click when you click join, this is already taken, so I can't click on it to show you. But here's exactly twice the amount, 4,000 Flare. We'll just take a look at the price. $60.87. So we're looking at $30 roughly.
$30. Okay, that's
Yeah,
to join on the lowest level. Okay.
right. Hmm.
So is there a place where a person can see how much they should put in to get that amount?
Right here, right here. When you click purchase, right there,
Okay,
it'll show you the amount, and then you just go ahead and click pay on. But it's only going to be like $30 for the 2,000. Now, Flare fluctuates. You know, it's moving up
yeah,
and down a little bit.
yes,
Um, I think what we're going to do is we're going to simplify this, make it even simpler than it is right now, which isn't going to affect anybody that's joining now. It's just we're going to make the joining process a little bit easier, a little simpler to understand. But
okay.
don't hesitate. Go ahead and get started, uh, and start sharing this with people. Let's get the
Okay,
word
now,
out.
is this a monthly fee or you pay
No,
one? Oh, it's
no,
not.
no. This is not a monthly fee. And
Okay,
this is very similar to a program we ran with another company with NewGen Coin.
yes,
And we had people earning $5,000 a day in that in relatively short period of time. And
okay.
people were cashing a
Mhm.
lot of that out
Mhm.
and really doing well. And you can do the same thing. You can cash out your flare as you accumulate, uh, you accumulate a lot of flare, you cash some out, enjoy life right now. Don't just, don't keep all of it. You want to, you want to have a life right now as at the same time you're building a legacy. And if you're out there actively sharing it with other people, once the momentum catches on and more people hear about it, this will begin to snowball. That's just the way life is. When, people see something happening, they want to, they want to be on the winning team, right?
Right. So,
So
so with the dual stream and the flare, a person can join flare and then also join dual stream, or are they
yeah,
connected somewhere?
most of the people are actually joining both,
Uh-huh.
but you can join one or the other. Uh,
Which
the
one, in your opinion, would be the most
what
profitable one in a short period of time?
Well, if I were just going to do one, I would do the flare multiplier. And the reason for that is because of the extreme opportunity that you're offering people long term.
Okay.
Many of us, uh, we didn't, put that $100 away every month 40 years ago so that we've got that $10 million nest egg sitting there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Many of us missed the Bitcoin opportunity and many of the other great investments that could have, you know, set us up for life. But now we have that opportunity sitting in front of us right now. And to me,
So,
it's about as clear as the nose on my face. Um, that's, that's how real it seems to me. And so it makes it easy for me to tell people about it because, you know, I, I wouldn't want to miss it and I wouldn't want people that I care about to miss it. And especially, there's risk in everything we do, right?
yes.
Uh, but you're not risking enough here to really, not even change a week of your life or a day of your life. It's just, it's such a small amount of money to get started that you're really not risking anything. Um,
So
and
if a person, is there a way that, because I was telling some people about the $10 startup, getting
uh-huh.
five. $100 a month. So is there a story to tell on this one where they could get so much money per month?
Oh, absolutely. If you go here, Francis, let's go over here to my websites.
Mhm,
And we have right here the $10 secret.
mhm.
Well, I want to click this. And then you have a little short video.
Yes,
We can go ahead and play that. We've got time.
okay.
My name is John Austin, and I'm coming at you today with an amazing opportunity, something the world has never seen before. A first of its kind, dual stream compensation plan designed to turn just $10 a month into $496 in monthly income. And it could happen in days, not months. Sounds almost unbelievable, right?
Actually, I won't go clear through that. And
Okay.
we're going to be upgrading this. We're going to be upgrading this video. There's on the dual stream, we've actually enhanced it, made it better, even more lucrative than the video is
Oh,
showing. Just we've been extremely busy and haven't gotten to that yet, but it is very close. What you see on this video is very close to uh, the slight variation from in the compensation plan that makes it better
mhm.
is the only difference. But all of the rest of it, you can still share that with folks, and they won't even know the difference when the
Yeah,
change has already been made, but they won't even recognize the difference. That's how subtle it is.
okay.
And then, of course, we have the flare multiplier. Same. Well, here's the video here.
My name is John Austin, and today I'm coming at you with something the world has never seen before. A first-of-its-kind compensation plan, created by yours truly, designed to multiply money faster than the goose that laid the golden eggs. Sounds crazy, right? Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you could be the turning point of your financial story. Back in 2010, a friend of mine told me to buy Bitcoin. It was selling for just 5 cents. If I had invested $500 back then, it would be worth over $1 billion today. Like many people, I missed it, and maybe you did too. But
Anyway, you can go through these videos. These are really great promotional tools, and it's just a matter of sharing, sharing, sharing. We shown a video before by Richard Bliss Brooks, talking about the invitation and how valuable the invitation is. Each
Yeah,
invitation you make, if you do it every single day, and that's the critical part, is you don't lay your head on the pillow without making at least one invitation every single day. There's I'm I'm not really sure exactly what the magic is or how to explain the magic. I just know it's there. It's that consistent, persistent effort that makes it happen. And each invitation, he says, whether they join or don't join, is worth at least $2,000 if you do it consistently. So,
okay.
with that in mind, you wouldn't hesitate to make all kinds of invitations, knowing that down the road, if you continue on, that each one of those invitations is going to be worth, you know, 500, 1,000, $2,000. And it really pans out. And if I look back through my history in network marketing, I would have to say that's pretty accurate. Uh, you know, just, you know, taking the invitations I've made and, the organizations I've built and the money that came from all of that, um, I would say, that's very well within the scope of reality.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Did that answer your questions, Francis?
Yes, it did. Thank you so much for going over this. So in order for a person to see the plan, they have to join, don't they? I mean,
Well, no, you can actually you can share these videos with them. All you do is you come in here and you can copy the link, put that in an email, text message, however you want to share it on a social media post,
mhm,
and then people watch that, and it will have your personalized link.
mhm.
Okay, so this extension here, this is just a demo, BDM demo, but this will have your extension, and when you send that out and people join, then it would come back to you. That you would be the coded sponsor for all the people that join from your link.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the two videos that I would probably focus on sharing.
Mhm.
For those who are starting to accumulate cryptocurrency, you want to get a cold wallet. We've negotiated a 10% discount, no, a $10 discount with Tangent Wallet. Um, and this is a safe way to store your cryptocurrency offline so that nobody can hack in and take your cryptocurrency. It looks
What
like
is
a
the name
credit
of it?
card. What's that?
Oh, what's the name of it?
It's
The
uh
gold
it's called Tangent.
tangent.
Uh-huh. But you can go right from there, from the link in my websites, and then you can click here and you get the $10 discount. So you can get a choice of either two or three cards. The reason you want more than one, if you lose one, you've always got a backup, because this is the only way you're going to get into your wallet. Once
Mhm.
once you set this up, you have to scan. It's got a SIM card in it. You scan it over your phone, opens up your wallet, and then you'll see your cryptocurrencies in here. You can send them, receive them, whatever you want to do with them. But for long-term storage, this is what you want to have so that, nobody has the ability to hack in and take your cryptocurrency.
Mhm.
Other wallets are good for just, keeping a little bit of money, sending money back and forth, making purchases, that kind of thing. But for long-term storage, you definitely want a cold wallet.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
And these are things that, you'll pick up as we go forward. Um,
Mhm.
it takes a little time to get acclimated to a new way of doing things, but that's where the world's going. Just, it took a while for the computer to really catch on, but once it did, then people realized they were getting left behind. They realized they had to have a computer to basically navigate the new world. And the same thing's going to happen with cryptocurrency. I see banking pretty much just, going away as cryptocurrency evolves, because you'll be able to use your cryptocurrency to purchase anything you want. And it'll be as easy as swiping your credit card to buy a cup of coffee.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Okay, thanks, John.
So let's go ahead and close. Right now, Flare is undervalued. It's under the radar, and it's understood by only a few people. But those few who act today, who have the vision to see where this is going, will be the ones everyone else calls lucky a few years from now. And here's why you should not wait. Flare is solving one of the blockchain's biggest problems, interoperability. That means it's not just another coin, it's the key that unlocks communication between all blockchains. It's early. You can join our Flare multiplier for what some people spend on a dinner. You share with a few other people, turning a small decision into greatness. Keep it safe in your own cold wallet, outside the reach of banks, governments, or shady platforms. Flare has real utility. It's not hype. It's infrastructure for the next generation of the internet. And through our BDM Flare multiplier, you don't just hold tokens and hope. You multiply your position, creating streams of income while helping others discover the same opportunity. So when you combine faith, timing, and action, that's when miracles happen. This is that kind of moment. You may have been one of those who watched while 4% of the world population bought cryptocurrency. Where will you be in the next couple of years when that number more than doubles? But don't just watch the next financial revolution happen. Own a piece of it. Buy some Flare while it's still affordable. Join our Flare multiplier. Expand your reach and turn a small seed into a harvest so large it could bless your family for generations to come. Because 10 years from now, when people look back and say, I wish I had gotten in early, you'll be the one smiling knowing that you did. With that said, the ball is now in your court. What will you do with it? Will you join us? And in doing so, give others the same opportunity someone once gave you? Because when you know you're holding something of extraordinary value, you don't get discouraged if someone says no. You simply move forward with confidence, knowing the right people will recognize it. And here's the beautiful part. When your own ship comes in, you won't feel burdened or obligated to those who doubted you. You'll know you gave them the chance. You offered them a seat on the boat. Every invitation you make, every person you share this with, is another stroke of freedom on your journey to financial independence. You're not just spreading information, you're sowing seeds of abundance, and the harvest from those seeds could be worth tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of Flare tokens. So take the next step, buy some Flare, join the multiplier, and start multiplying your freedom today. This is your moment, your time to act, your chance to create a story others will tell for years to come. With that, we'll say good night. God bless. We'll see you on Thursday. Be sure, let's fill the house on Thursday, okay, folks? Let's really blow this thing up. Let's make it big. And let's not wait. Let's do it now. All right? Okay, see you on Thursday.
Bye.
Bye-bye.